Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Boltyn Battles. It's been a while, I've been trying to get a game in. Okay, today is going to be Viserai. I am trying out Josh Lau's deck, the one that he streamed on YouTube. So usually Viserai, I do take time to consider whether I want to wear the Narun. But here, because there isn't a Narun hood, which is the main Narun I use against Viserai, and I decided to take the deck as is, so I didn't have a choice. But with Narun, you get to slow down the game a bit. But then again, if you are gonna combo off, the Narun doesn't matter. So here are some notable differences between our decks. He runs Route, which I want to give a try. Bolting Blade, I run CNC, but Bolting Blade does add some consistency in the Lumina Ascension combo because I found myself whiffing with raids with the Whisper of the Oracles and stuff. And it really just decreases the life, the amount of life you have left after the combo. So here he Grasp of the Arknights. Not really concerned about that. I was hoping he would attack so that I could use my Soul Shield, but he doesn't. So with a blue at the start of the turn, it's pretty nice because you go Halo and then Soul Shield. But here it doesn't matter because he doesn't attack. So I pitched the Celestial Cataclysm. I'll send the Soul Shield in. The reason why I send the Soul Shield instead of Bolt of Courage is because I do not want to risk not having a charge card at the start of my next turn. Because if I don't have a charge card at the start of my next turn, it's gonna be pretty rough not doing anything, especially when you're Boltyn and trying to pull off the combo on the first turn. And with a Viserai, I don't want to have any of that. I don't want that big blowout. So I decided not to be greedy and I chose to not keep the Soul Shield. Here, of course, Beacon of Victory goes into Arsenal. Here he Sonatas me. He whiffs, sadly, so he CNCs. I block for 6, obviously keeping the red because he attacks for more. So with Beacon of Victory in the arsenal, I do know that I need 4 souls after the charge, which means right now with 3 souls in arsenal, I am good to pull off my combo. But another consideration you need to make when you're playing against Viserai is the amount of kickback you will face. Because LSS loves Viserai, LSS loves Roomblade, so what they have done is made it extremely OP. I'm just kidding. But yes, so their damage output can fight back against your combo. So here he decides to Rosetta me, and here I am given a choice. I could Engulfing Light charge or I could E-Strike, and because I already have enough soul for a Lumina and a Beacon, I decided to E-Strike to push damage. Because once again, the combo does 30, 5 from each sword because of Gallantry and double Lumina. So as long as I get them to around that life total, I have a better shot. So here he plays CNC, which is sad. No, actually it's not that bad. I block with 2 cards in hand, and then after that, regardless of how I block, my Beacon of Victory has to go. Because I'll need to charge with Bolt of Courage. And if I don't charge, the same thing applies because double Beacon requires me to have 5 cards in soul. So regardless, I can't double Beacon, even if I were to keep in hand. So here I just charge with a Bolt of Courage. Because if I kept the Beacon in hand and the Bolt of Courage in hand and block 6, the next turn what am I supposed to do? Not charge. And then I'll still be in the same position the following turn. So here he shields me for 5, I take it. So yes, I do have to admit that the damage output from this Viserai isn't very not as much, probably because of the whiffing of the Sonata. Here I took back, no, I'm not trying to Celestial Cataclysm. I'll pitch the Celestial Cataclysm because that ensures that it remains in the deck after my combo. But it goes to the bottom, so most likely I won't ever see it. So I take out 1 here, find my Lumina, and pull off my combo. So I am pretty interested at the consistency and how much non-light cards you can have in your deck. Because in my deck I run Time Snap, I run Whisper, and it does affect the consistency of Luminas. So here I see 1 Celestial Cataclysm going into my soul, and I'm like, okay, fair. So I know once in the banish zone, once in the once at the bottom of my deck due to my pitch, and then once in the middle of 23 cards at the end of this. Hang on, let's wait for it to catch up. So here I'm feeling pretty good. I have a good life total padding. Yep, I have 26 cards. I know Celestial Chasm came out already. I know there's 1 at the bottom because of my pitch. So the question now is, what am I supposed to do to win? Because here we can note that, okay, I have a Take Flight Valiant Trust Centauri Saber that deals 3, 7, and 2, 12 damage. Is that good enough to not block anything coming this way? And the general rule is to wait until you have a good enough hand to throw back at them, but because they're such a low life total, and I know Viserai's damage output is incredibly painful, I don't have Narun, which means that even if I were to hold out, he will also lick damage regardless. So that's why I decided to keep this hand and decide that it's good enough. Because keep in mind, my Beacon of Victory, 1 of them is gone. My second one is also it was used to pull off the combo. My third one, I don't even know whether it's in my soul. And the route that Josh was talking about when he was going through his deck is gone as well. I used it to block. So this perhaps could be my best damage. A 3, a Take Flight, a Valiant Trust, and a Saber. And the thing with Viserai is you don't want to give them a full card hand. If I block out and I don't do anything next turn, they come back at me with a 4 card hand, and I'm definitely not gonna live through that. You know, like I'd rather take my chances now, where I know that instead of betting on the next Sea Strike or the 1 Beacon of Victory, in my deck. So here I Sabers, and that's it. So yeah, that's Boltyn against Viserai. It's a bit fast, and I do admit that his damage output wasn't as pressurizing, but you see the turn I didn't block, I dropped a lot of damage. I think it was like a lot of health, and so yeah, it's definitely a very interesting question whether to run Narun or not. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.